Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem, amma ba'd. So inshallah, in this section, we'll now be going through the source of the proof. So if you go remember again, we have our strength of proof, then we have the orientation of the proof. In orientation, we said that the evidence can either be what? Lafzi or ma'nawi. In strength, it can either be what? Qat'i or dhanni. In orientation, either be lafzi or it can be ma'nawi. And then here, in the last one we have is the source. What is the source of this evidence? So we have here, one is manqul, or we can also call it naqli. Manqul, or we can call it naqliyun. So it rhymes with the other one, naqliyun. Naqala yanqulu means transmitted. What does it mean? Transmitted. Correct? What does that mean? That it has been transmitted from one generation to another. So it's not like something you can deduce. It's like the Quran, Allah said, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So now we transmit that to the next generation, to the next generation, to the next generation. It's transmitted. The Prophet ﷺ said this is now transmitted from the Prophet's time to Sahaba's time to Tabi'in to Tabu Tabi'in, etc., etc., etc. You understand? It's called naqli, a manqul, transmitted. And the others are ma'qul. So, like for example, a qiyas. Now, a qiyas, we can transmit a qiyas. Imam Abu Hanifa said this qiyas. Imam Shafi'i said this qiyas. Imam Malik was this qiyas. Imam Ahmad's qiyas. It can be transmitted, correct? From one generation to another. But it's primarily based on transmission, or it's based on what? The aql, the rationality of the proof. Like for example, accepting innamal amalu bin niyat is not based upon the rationality of it. Is it correct? Is it incorrect? Is it the Prophet said this, and we are sure he said it, it's Sahih Hadith, therefore we have to accept it. In qiyas, is yes, it may be transmitted from, we don't make our own qiyas up normally. We get it from the earlier scholars that this is the qiyas that they have done. So it is transmitted, but primarily what is it based upon? You get qiyas, you get ijtihad, you get istihsan, you get istishab. All of these rules, you say fulan scholar said this masala. So in that way it's transmitted. But primarily what's qiyas based upon? Transmission. So qiyas is based upon the Quran and Sunnah, correct? You use the Quran, you use the Sunnah to make a qiyas. But it's mainly based on what? What's it mainly based on? It's a logical evidence. It's a rational evidence. Do you understand what I'm saying? The Quran, the Prophet's words, the Prophet's actions, the Sahaba's statements, and even ijma'. We can't deduce these ourselves. Do you understand? These are purely derived from the companion statement. Is passed on. It's pure transmission. The qiyas and the qiyas, the istishab, the istihsan, the amalu ahli al-madina. So these qiyas and istihsan, for example, they are transmitted, but we can come to the same conclusion as well. Do you understand? It's something that's to do with logic. It's to do with rational. It's to do with understanding certain masail. Do you get the difference between the two of them? Between ma'qul and manqul? So we can say here now, we have our dalil. In terms of strength, we can have the strength of the thubut, the strength of the dalala. Qat'i and dhanni. Dalala can be dhanni or it can be qat'i. Qat'i means sure, and the dhanni means not 100% sure. In terms of its source, because in terms of the orientation, so you have strength, orientation, source, SOS. In terms of its orientation, it can be verbal, lafzi, or it can be conceptual, ideas, ma'nawi. Or it can also be what? In terms of the way where is it sourced from? Is it sourced from the aql or is it sourced from the naql? It's not aqli, it was aqliyan, not ma'nawi. Naqli is a mistake here. So aqli and what? Naqli, transmitted, that's a mistake. Yes, it can either be aqli or it can be naqli. Aqli means naql means it's transmitted. We can't come to those conclusions. We can't get that information without the transmission. And aqli means we may know of the transmission, we may know of this qiyas via transmission, but it is something that is based upon what? Rational, logic, and etc. You understand? Let's stop here today, inshallah. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.